Welcome to Strong Fit. This class is quite a general sequence, and today it's more yoga and a little bit of Pilates and some Kung Fu inspired practices. We're shaking out the tree before tucking our chin and rolling down one vertebra at a time, hanging out at the bottom, and Salamba Uttanasana, taking hold of our elbows. Just noticing before walking our hands out into our Adho Mukha Svanasana, lengthening the spine, noticing breath and the body. And rippling forward into our full or half plank for shoulder taps. You can lower your knees, that's all good. Down dog, pressing your thighs back. And again, rippling forward for jumping our feet in and out. Belly stays nice and tight. Relax the top chest, and then down dog. Lengthening our spine here. Ripple forward again, lower your elbow, and lift back up one at a time, making sure we start with the opposite arm every second time. You can lower your knees again, it's all good. Breathing. Noticing as we build strength. And down dog. Press your thighs back. Lowering our knees. Child's pose. And lengthening through the spine as we observe the breath. Puppy pose, forehead or chin to the floor, whatever feels like a nice squeeze and release. Feel free to relax the lungs before the breath comes in and out. Tabletop and your variation rolling panda or thread the needle, so you can keep your knees to the floor if you want, both of them, for thread the needle. We're releasing behind the back and around the shoulders here as we breathe. And swap sides with that. So right shoulder tucks under, optional, left hand behind the right buttocks. Just opening and squeezing around the shoulders, more or less, depending on you. Coming back up. And into our Malasana, you can rock forward and back, or simply hold. Notice the breath, relax the lungs before you inhale and exhale here. Hands back to the floor. And Skandasana warm up, so sitting in a half squat, one leg extended, and then pushing up and over to the other side. You can use your hands to push up, or releasing around the glute as we breathe. Other side. Flex the straightened leg foot, so toes back to the face. And swapping sides again. Are you holding the breath? And then coming into a lunge from side to side, opening the knee out with your elbow. Releasing down the sides of the legs, feel free to pause. Before bringing the feet into a wide-legged position and twist. So lengthening the spine. My left hand reaches up, looking up, and then left hand to the floor. You can bring your right hand behind the left buttocks to begin. And then hand to the sky, looking up. Lovely, long spine. Breathe. Hands back to the floor. Wide-legged forward fold. Walk your head and hands back. And release the tension here as the sit bones lift. Relax the top chest. Walk your hands to face forward, step back, rock forward and back, full or half plank. Warming up our abdominal muscles, knees to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, unfurl. 1 to 3 chaturangas, 1 to 3. We'll have 3 rounds of this. So inhale, we lengthen again. Exhale, we round and unfurl. And our 1 to 3 chaturanga dandasanas. Breathe. Resist the floor. 1 more round. Lengthen. Inhale. Round. Exhale. Breathe freely. 1 to 3 chaturangas. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, we lengthen. Your variation, full or half plank, full or half chaturanga. Inhale, full or half up dog. I think my knees are on the floor for this warm-up. You can lift them then, like I'm doing now. And then lower your chest, hands under shoulders. Squeeze your heels in, stretch your thighs away, lift the top chest without using the hands. Optional, lift the knees. And our step 2 option is to take hold of the feet and do the same. Top chest lifts, and then maybe your knees, drawing your head back. This should feel like a squeeze. Shore up the vertebra in your low back, so don't overly concave your low back. Backhand in a cactus position, top knee bends, that's optional, or you can keep it straight. Shoulder opener, relying on the side of the body here to stretch the chest, the pectoral muscles, release around the shoulders. Breathe. Think of everything as a continual warm-up as we swap sides now, so we're not holding anything very long. That means keep flowing by keeping breathing. You can keep your left hand on the floor if you prefer, or behind the buttocks. You can keep your top leg straight as well. Hand back to the floor, pressing up into our full or half up dog. We stretch the front line of the body, lifting one leg and then the other, and coming back into a down dog. You can skip those leg lifts if you need to. That's all good. Stretch your sternum forward, draw a big circle with your right leg, and then swap direction with that hip circle. Leg to the sky, exhale, tiger curl. Breathe freely as you pause. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, cross body tiger curl, knee to opposite tricep. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, outer body tiger curl, rounding the spine. Step the right foot towards the right thumb, lower the back knee. Hands on the inside of the foot, release the hip flexor as you breathe. As you notice the physical body. Cajole. Try not to force. Variation of taking hold of the back foot if that serves you, to release the hip flexor. Breathe. Step back now into half Virasana, half hero pose. You can do a half butterfly instead, if you need to. Taking hold of the mat, coming back up. Lift the back knee now in a lunge and twist. Draw your shoulder blades together as you breathe. Hand back to the floor, half splits. Keep your buttocks over the knee. My buttocks is a little bit back. You can scoot yours a little bit more over that knee. Now it's over the knee more. Half pigeon. Maybe your elbows come to the floor, or maybe your forehead. The aim here is to feel a squeeze around the glute. So your practice doesn't need to look similar to mine or anyone else's. We're aiming for a squeeze around the muscles. Relax the top chest. Coming out of this, stepping back with the leg lifted, full or half plank, full or half chaturanga up dog. Lifting one leg and then the other, tucking our toes, down dog, pressing the thighs back. Think of hinging at the hips. Hips move towards the groins. Big circle with your left leg and then swapping direction with that hip circle. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, tiger curl. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, cross body tiger curl. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, outer body tiger curl. Pause and breathe. Step the left foot towards the left thumb. Hands on the inside, hip flexor, release whatever shape does that for you. Breathe. You can bend the back knee and take hold of the back foot with the opposite hand. Release that foot now. And Virasana option, half hero or half butterfly. Your low back is long. That's what's going to release your deeper hip flexor muscles. So stay on your elbows if you need to create that release. Carefully coming out. Lunge variation with the knee lifted and twist. Think of everything as cajoling and a warm-up. I know it's fast, much faster today than usual, so half split. I sometimes feel a lot more relaxed when I'm in nature. I don't need as much of a pause. I'm energized. Breathe. And then our half pigeon. Maybe your foot is in line, your leg is in line with the top of the mat. That's usually harder, or heel closer to the groin. Make the shape that serves your body, physical and emotional body today. A really nice mantra is, I'm inhaling everything I need, I'm exhaling, thanks, letting go. And often I repeat a mantra for my entire practice. Coming out now. Chaturanga with the leg lifted. Up dog. Back to up dog with the leg lifting on alternate sides. And then lowering our elbows for an ugly plank. Tucking tailbone. Pause, breathe. And then lifting the knees. Keep the tailbone tucked so the spine is slightly rounded. That really helps us engage the correct muscles. Fill your low back. So don't allow it concave. Knees to the floor. Coming back to our up dog. My knees are on the floor. Just to release, tuck the toes. Down dog. Belly squeezes to lift us back to our down dog. Keep breathing during that faster flow. Keep breathing, keep noticing. Revolved down dog. Take hold of your ankle or hand in the center of your mat. And then swapping sides, enjoying the twist, the release, the squeeze. Down the sides of the spine, down the sides of the legs. Back to your down dog. Walking your hands back to your feet. Little pause, releasing the tension before pressing through the balls of the feet and restacking your vertebra one at a time. Hands on the low back. Lengthen your low back, then stick out your bum to lift your top chest, C shape. Before walking your hands down your thighs, step 2 option. If you'll notice my spine here, the low back is pretty long, it's straight basically. Come back up. And big circle for your head and neck, releasing the tension. Bring one leg into Vrikshasana tree pose, beside the ankle, calf or inner thigh. Press the feet together like they're one trunk of a tree. And then swapping sides so your foot actively presses into the standing leg. Very important for the balance. How's the breath flowing? Maybe you relax before the breath comes in and out. Hands on the hips now, a circle for your hips in one direction and then the opposite direction. Hips move towards the groins now, energy of the qua, finding our hip flexion before pressing hands forward. We're aiming to lift sit bones up, lengthen spine forward. And then forward folding Salamba Uttanasana. Can you press into the balls of the feet more? Bring your buttocks over your heels more by leaning into the balls of the feet. Breathe and notice, relaxing the lungs before the breath comes in. Walking our hands back out into our down dog, lengthen your spine. Big circle with the right leg and then change direction with that hip circle. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, center body tiger curl. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, cross body tiger curl. Pause and breathe. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, outer body tiger curl. Right foot to right thumb, come up into your high lunge. Find your balance. Kali Mudra with the hands. Now shore up the low back before upper body back bend. So there's spaciousness between the vertebrae in the low back. Hands on the hips, hinge forward and back, activating your glute by pressing through the foot. Do you feel the squeeze in your glute? If you don't, come in and out. Hands to the floor, lower the back knee, square shape with the legs. Inhale, we lift the top chest. Breathe freely. Step the front foot forward. Crescent moon lunge. Kali Mudra optional. Hip points in. Come back to neutral. Optional, lift the back knee. Crescent moon lunge with the back knee lifted. Hands to the floor. Forward folding over that front leg. And then windmill the arm back and forward for our reverse Trikonasana. Keep windmilling that arm, straightening the leg as the hand reaches up towards the sky. And then forward folding, foot on the floor. Try to draw right hip back more. Warrior 2 warm up. So bend and straighten. We're warming up the thigh and the glute. And find spaciousness in the back hip as you come into archer hands. Like we're pulling a bow and arrow here. Keep your muscles engaged. Reverse warrior. Sweep your hand down your back thigh. And side angle core strength variation. Keep the length in the right side of the body. So draw your right hip back. For our side angle, hand on the inside of the thigh or the floor. Can you lengthen the right side of your body more? Breathe. So the aim here is that right side of the body length as you come into your Trikonasana. You can look up at the top hand, but lean your head back slightly. So your neck is long. Now step your back foot in. Interlace your hands. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Ardha Chandrasana variation. Your body is like an arrow itself now, so keep your body long and strong. Step your back foot towards you. Sugar cane pose. Ardha Chapasana. Hand to the heart. And then to the floor. Physically, it's like half bow pose, half Dhanurasana. So open your heart, upper body back bend, low back as neutral as possible while you find that stretch for the hip flexor and thigh. Step back, knee to the floor. Half split or full split warm up. Everything very fast today, right? So finding, reharnessing the power of the breath. That is part of the challenge today. Staying aware, awake as we move with a little bit more speed. So when you're pausing, remind yourself, breathe, breathe, notice. Maybe you square the hips to face forward more now. Find your release. Where are you in this pose now? And the truth of the pose, which is releasing hamstrings, releasing around the hips. What can you do to facilitate that? Relax the top chest before the breath comes in and out. Carefully coming out, knee to knee. Right leg lifts in your plank, your chaturanga, your full or half up dog. Torso more neutral as we lift one leg and then the other glute squeeze. Bringing our chest to the floor now, hands under shoulders, Dhanurasana variation again. Press your pelvis forward, your hip flexors forward, like you're gluing your groins to the floor basically to lengthen the low back. Can you draw the head back more? Release. Elbows under shoulders, ugly plank. Lift the knees is an option. Lower your knees. Full or half up dog. Let the belly lift you back up into your down dog. Hip flexion, hips move towards groins, while contraction, chest moves forward. Revolved down dog now. Swap sides. Keep breathing. Back to down dog. Walk your feet closer in for your Shakti Kicks. So continue, bring your shoulders over your hands before lifting your feet off the floor. Now, we'll do this outside again another time when I'm not on a height, and maybe I'll be less scared of falling over. You know, fear is protective as well as just fear, which it normally is, just fear. So down dog, elbows to the floor. Walk your feet closer in and find your dolphin leg lifts. So it's not a sheer fall on either side, just to let you know, I'm not being crazy here. More gradual. And then bend your elbows towards the floor and lift them up. So working the strength of our triceps. Keep going. And then back to down dog. Left leg makes a big hip circle and then it swaps direction. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, tiger curl. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, cross body tiger curl. Inhale, thigh to the sky. Exhale, outer body tiger curl. Foot to thumb. High lunge. Kali mudra. And maybe crescent moon lunge. Upper body back bend. Or pressing through the back foot. Hinge forward and back and repeat that now. Hands on the hips. Glute is on. If you need to stand in between, go for it. Release the tension in the quad, but keep the glute on. Hands to the floor, knee to the floor, square shape. Upper body back bend, pause and breathe. Step the front foot forward. Crescent moon lunge, knee to the floor. And maybe lift the back knee. Come back to your back bend. Hands to the floor. Find the release for the front thigh, straightening the leg, then Revolved Trikonasana warm up. So we're straightening the leg, then rebending. And we have the option to pause with the hand to the sky, leg straight or more straight. Hand to the floor, forward fold over that front leg. When there's speed, the challenge is to still release the tension, to make the adjustments. We're coming into our warrior 2 warm up now. Warming up thigh and glute, making sure there's no stickiness in the back hip. Archer's pose with the hands and the arms. I love this variation. We're stretching through the arms, the elbows, the hands, the chest. Sweep the hand down the back thigh, reverse Trikonasana. Reverse warrior. And then core strength, variation of our side angle. Hand on the inside of the thigh, much harder strength-wise, or to the floor, harder flexibility-wise for our side angle. Trikonasana, hand to the sky, energy into fingers. Breathe. Step the back foot in. Interlace hands. Now, you're like a bullet. We want to keep the body long and strong. Belly engaged, back foot flexed. In our Ardha Chandrasana, I'm pulsing the back leg here. That's an option. It's an option on the first side too if you come back to this video. Ardha Chapasana. So, sugarcane pose, hand to the heart to make the bottom leg and glute work before putting the hand to the floor. Try not to use or rely on that hand too much. It can help open the back thigh, release the back thigh more. Step the foot back, back knee to the floor. Your half or full split warm-up, does it matter? No. What does matter is you're releasing the back quadricep first. Reharness the power of your breath, and then maybe face your hips more forward, both of them. Releasing your hamstring. I'm drawing my leg back into the socket, the front leg. Front foot is flexed. If your breath stops, you've gone too far. That's the gauge. As time goes by, we can breathe and do incredibly challenging things. That is the grace we're learning on and off the mat, hopefully. Step back. Left leg lifts, full or half plank, chaturanga, up dog. Breathe, notice. Lifting one leg. Little pause here, and then the other, glute strength, hamstring strength. Tuck your toes, belly squeezes, lift back, down, dog. Breathe. So the breath is calming us, nourishing us, our energy. Walk your hands back to the feet. Hips move towards the groins, forward fold. And I'm bringing my feet together, which is an option for your Salamba Uttanasana. A stretch is a release. Just remember that as a really helpful cue, hopefully. we allow the breath into the top chest by relaxing it. Taking hold of the back of my heels. Can you allow the breath into every cell? Now, standing split option, pulsing the leg, the top leg, increasing hamstring strength, which is needed to lift the leg to begin with, and then swapping sides, lifting opposite leg. If you can't do this, do a forward fold, or like you're doing some sort of karate kick, you can kick the leg out on the exhalation, bring it back in. Feet to the floor, forward folding, Salamba Uttanasana again, cajoling the stretch. Before walking your hands back out into your down dog. So I was just wiping away some rabbit poop from the mat. And then our half pigeon. Foot parallel or heel to groin. Refocus on breath. It's the balance between the internal and external, right? This lovely play, this dance. What a nice view I had. See if you can allow the tension to melt away. Notice where the body is still holding the tension. Now heel to groin for our mermaid pose. Step it closer to your groin. Taking hold of the back foot. We're releasing the quadricep and hip flexor. Step 2, toe to crook of the elbow. Face your hips forward. And step 3, interlace hands. Hips facing forward, lean back into your hands with the head, upper body back bend. What can we relax? Release slowly. Step back, so you can usually relax the face. We're not usually using our facial muscles in yoga, unless it's facial yoga, face yoga. Step your right foot forward into your variation of half pigeon. Relax and release here. I'll cue you when it's time to come out. So take the variation that suits you. Maybe you close the eyes, notice the sensations in the body. Then heel to groin, bending back knee, step 1, take hold of the foot. Draw your belly in as much as possible. Toes into crook of the elbow. And then interlace hands. Leaning head back into the arms, top chest lifts. At the beginning, I found this really easy to cheat in the pose, as in, I could make the shape very easily, do all of the steps, but the load was all in my low back. So what I did was I stepped back from completing the shape, if you like, and I really aimed to take the big back bend out of the low back. So stepping back into our down dog, we want to make our body healthier, stronger with our practice. So coming into our Malasana now. So often that means the ego gets a workout too. Oh man, I have to not make this shape to be honest in the pose. We're coming into a Skandasana, then sitting the butt on the floor to find our side bend. Now, do we take hold of the big toe? If the truth of the pose is the length in the spine and the revolve of the chest open, maybe you take hold of the back of the head, lean your head back more, lean your neck back more, lengthen your neck back more, or maybe you take hold of the big toe. This is between you and you. Skandasana on the other side. So butt lifted first, then sit your butt down. Ground both sit bones. That's where you'll find the most release in the side bend. It's very like side angle, you know, the length in the torso. Yeah, the legs are doing something completely different. Now face both legs forward. Your Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. Energy up through the inner thighs, out through the sit bones, like a V. As you bow in towards yourself, towards your higher self, just notice. The shapes are between you and you. What you do on an external level, I'll guide you, but make sure the internal is there. That's what makes the practice worthwhile. Now, you can stack your knees or move in that direction and forward fold. The aim is to release the tension down the sides of the legs. Garudasana arms, eagle arms, optional. So if the right leg is on top, that means the left hand is on top, the left elbow. We're folding in towards ourselves in a protective gesture and to access that inner truth. Sometimes we need to shut out the external to do that. Just for a while. And then swapping sides. So left knee stack, draw your feet back to you eventually. We hinge is the next step. And maybe Garudasana arms. If the left knee is on top, that means the right elbow is on top. You can hinge forward, bowing in, closing in. When we begin to access our inner light, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. We look outside of ourselves so often when what we need is usually very available within ourselves. So Baddha Konasana now, taking hold of the feet, lengthening through the spine. Maybe you bounce your knees a little bit. And we're pulling away from the feet with our hands to lengthen the spine. All talk of spirituality, you know what? It can often be just talk, and it is talk without the experience. It's the experience, even if you can't put it into words. That's what's important. Frog pose now. So the experience is often simple. Can you breathe? Can you notice? Can you bring your gaze in? Maybe you don't even have the word spiritual for this. You don't have a word for this. Attention. That's okay. Not necessary. Your feet are in line with your knees in line with your buttocks to make it more challenging. Your big toe side of the foot on the floor. So if the heels are closer to the buttocks, it will be easier. If the buttocks is leaning back or forward rather than in line with the knees, it will be easier. Come out of this. Scoot over onto your buttocks and roll back down through the spine. Now hip circles, and draw circles in the opposite direction with your knees for your hips, hugging left knee in. I'm inhaling everything I need. I'm exhaling thanks, letting go. Swap knees. Think of filling the space around the body with the breath as you inhale. Swap knees and twist, and as you exhale, breath drains away from the space around the physical body as well as the physical. Pardon me. Other side with your twist now. Legs to the sky, nice little easy inversion. Have a little wiggle of your ankles and feet, and maybe Halasana plow pose. Shoulders are very active. We press them down as we press our heels back. Shoulders protect the neck here. So neck is lovely and long. Go back to the experience. And slowly come out. You can take hold of your buttocks, roll back down one vertebra at a time. Soles of the feet together, open the throat now. Lengthen and stretch your legs and arms away into your Shavasana. And allowing the breath to flow, to come and go as it pleases. And the energy of your practice to flood into your body. As you allow yourself to rest. And to be held up by the floor. So let go. Notice your face. If there's any holding on. Notice how you can notice more objectively now without trying to fix.